Two Android devices from two companies, OnePlus and Samsung. The OnePlus 3 versus the Galaxy S7. Let's see who comes out on top. Starting with the design, Samsung really delivered with the Galaxy S7. You can definitely tell how comfortable the curved glass back is, making it feel nice and soft to the touch, and with its brushed metal sides and minuscule camera hump, it's definitely a great looking device. But since there's no such thing as a perfect smartphone, it's also a fingerprint magnet, a little slippery from time to time, and scratches are inevitable. Fortunately, I have decided to slap a dbrand skin on my S7, so all of these problems have disappeared. Plus, dbrand has a wide selection of skins for the S7 and OnePlus 3, so you shouldn't have a problem finding one that suits you best. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check one out for yourself. OnePlus, on the other hand, went with an all-aluminum unibody design, making the phone look and feel very premium. And even though both of these smartphones have tactile and easily recognizable buttons, the OnePlus 3 does go one step further by once again introducing Alert Slider, which we saw on the OnePlus 2, that basically allows you to switch easily between audio profiles. Still, the phone looks generic, and even though both devices are basically around the same thickness, it still manages to have a much larger camera hump. Moving on to the displays, both devices have an AMOLED panel, but with the Galaxy S7 rocking Quad HD and the OnePlus 3 slimming down to 1080p, there's obviously a difference. The display on the S7 is crisper, brighter, and better with color reproduction and viewing angles. But this doesn't mean the OnePlus 3's display is horrible, as its lower resolution provides better battery life, and unless you compare this phone side by side with a Quad HD display, most people won't be able to tell the difference at all. Still, the Galaxy S7's display is the winner here. Battery. This year, the OnePlus 3 gave me as much battery life as the Galaxy S7, with both devices having only 3000 mAh of capacity. I could easily reach up to 4 hours of screen on time on both devices. For the OnePlus 3, this is probably thanks to the AMOLED display only being 1080p, and with the Quad HD display on the Galaxy S7 only being 5.1 inches in length, the OnePlus 3 ended up having a 1 inch larger display. Bigger display, independent of resolution, uses more battery, but since the resolution also comes into play, that's probably how they both even out. Still, power consumption on both devices was decent, not bad, but not great. Charging, on the other hand, was much faster on the OnePlus 3 thanks to the all-new Dash Charge. I was able to fully charge it in just 1 hour, while Samsung's adaptive fast charge on the S7 took close to 2 hours at its fastest speed. Software-wise, the Galaxy S7 is rocking TouchWiz on Android 6.0, while the OnePlus 3 is using Oxygen OS 3.2.1, also based on Marshmallow. Samsung has always taken big hits when it comes to software design, but this year it's actually not that bad. Personally, I still think there's a lot to improve upon, but with all these useful features included such as one-hand operation, game launcher for additional features that are useful for playing games, custom themes, and even ultra power saving mode to extend your battery life tremendously, I'd say TouchWiz has come a long way. The only con at this point is Samsung's built-in apps, most of which you can't remove or in some cases even disable. Oxygen OS is a different story. There's no bloatware, skins, or unnecessary UI changes. It's a near Google experience, kind of like the Nexus 6P, but with a few more features such as dark mode, quick settings customization, and even additional actions for your capacitive buttons. And even though Samsung has more features to offer than the OnePlus 3, I hardly ever find myself using these features to begin with. At this point, it honestly just comes down to opinion here, and for now, I'd rather just use Oxygen OS over TouchWiz. Performance is solid on both phones, giving you a smooth and lag-free experience. If you want to get technical, benchmark results are very similar as both phones use the Snapdragon 820 chip, and even though the OnePlus 3 does have 6GB of RAM, performance on both devices are very similar, making this a tie. When it comes to camera quality, Samsung devices never fail to impress. The S7 has a 12 megapixel rear sensor, wide f1.7 aperture lens, and a micron pixel of 1.4. However, the OnePlus 3 has a 60 megapixel sensor, f2.0 aperture, and 1.12 micron pixels, which is probably not as good as the Galaxy S7 on paper, but it's still a good camera for the price you're paying. When you compare pictures side by side, the Galaxy S7 does like to oversaturate and heavily sharpen photos, giving you some punchy colors. The OnePlus 3 on the other hand gives a more natural and crisper look. You can really tell the difference in low light performance as well, though the Galaxy S7 does produce significantly better photos than the OnePlus 3 in dark conditions. Other camera features that the Galaxy S7 wins out on are optical image stabilization, faster autofocus, macro performance, and better noise reduction. Don't get me wrong, the OnePlus 3 has a decent camera, but the Galaxy S7 has an even better camera overall. Bottom line, OnePlus has always been known for selling decent devices at a low price, and the OnePlus 3 is no exception. Still, there's no good reason why you shouldn't go with a more expensive device such as the Galaxy S7. OnePlus did have to cut some corners to get that amazing price, but it's not an easy victory for the Galaxy S7. With the OnePlus 3 having better power management with dash charging, similar battery life and performance, and a near-like Google experience, it's really impressive how much of a fight this little guy puts up. In the end, I do think the Galaxy S7 is the better choice here, as it has a better camera, display, design, and similar performance and battery life when compared to the OnePlus 3. So which phone do you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the OnePlus 3 or Galaxy S7, definitely check out our full video reviews we've done in the past. Links are right below that like button. Make sure to check out AndroidPolice.com for your latest and greatest news on Android, and I will see you guys in the next one.